follow the spirit. The spirit is level. Angels are guiding me. I do not follow no devil. Ready my gang on the level. I do not bang heavy metal. I'm guiding a new generation. My sound is a rebel.
Hate on my people, I can't stand for it. Everybody got a phone so they capture it. I cried to my eyes red like cranberry. You see this statue, we dismantled it. Now they're trying to say we're on some gangster shit. You see this thick hair, can't untangle it. You know this chocolate sweet like Cadbury. Let me tell you what happened in silence. When I was in Blackpool, they called me a black hole. Let me tell you what happened in silence. Worked at Selfridges, black girls were no good. And my colleagues said to me, black girls, they give all the white girls bad looks. Does my face intimidate you? I'm in a good mood where I acting shook. Let me tell you what happened in silence. When I was in the office and I felt I was too hood. Let me tell you what happened in silence. I was in Plymouth police, that's if I sold drugs. Let me tell you what happened in silence. I was in Southport and I got a big uppercut. Let me tell you what happened in silence. I was only 10 years old and I couldn't stand up. I was only 10 years old and I couldn't stand up. She called me a little nigga, now my top lips cut. If doing nothing was a crime, then a black girl was. If doing nothing was a crime, then a black girl. Now we can't.
One day I went to Asa. I went to shoplifting. I'm a Nigerian soldier, ever eater who stole my visa. T-shirt wearer, supermodel drinker, from the house river. Pounded yam to the okra eater, jollof rice cooker, pop-up tester. I know a couple of juju masters, chichi cruncher, shaki chewer. I use the bucket and container. Yeah, now my waves like an African sailor. Wet brain material, call me a tailor. No woman, no crack, she don't be whaler. Batman, please don't bust us and later. Yo, cause I eat from Ethiopia. Big batty girl with everything and feature. Fufu shanky dance like a Kenya. Make my money cause I'm Nigeria. I went to Lidl, I went to shoplifting Lidl. Then I got caught in Lidl. Now I don't go back to Lidl. One day I went to Asa. I went to shoplifting Asa. Then I got caught in. One day I came to England without a real passport. I got past immigration without getting caught. Now I'm in England. I must go secondary school. I was 19, but I told them I was 14. So I'm in year 9.
That's good. Hey, what's that? That Dr. Pell? That's that Dr. Pell.
Pulled out a rocket launcher. He was getting robbed and decided, let me pull out an RPG. Live RPG. Watch this. What on God's green earth is this? Look at this guy. He dips inside and these guys are about to rob him. And look, they turn around because this guy, he pulls out a rocket launcher. A damn rocket launcher. This madman just casually pulled out an RPG like it was nothing. Is this GTA 6? What are you doing? Brother, where have you acquired this weapon from? Perfect form and everything. They know for a fact this guy was giggling. He's been waiting his entire life to use this. He's been looking for an excuse. Look at the way he backed it out. He's on his knees. Refused to step outside. Since when did civilians get rocket launchers? And why was it just sitting at the front of his house? Did you see how fast he equipped it? Bro was ready for this to happen. He's been dying for this moment. And the speed these guys ran, I don't blame them. But the real question is, why do you have this for? Understand, you've got a Lamborghini. But why the RPG? Thought they were meant for the CIA, the gun squad. Not a random guy with a Lamborghini. This guy didn't just scare them off. Made a statement. Bro released the ring camera footage like it was nothing. Bro wants the world to know that he's got a Lamborghini and the flipping rocket launcher. This lunatic pulled out a rocket launcher.
Look at Boris Johnson here. Let himself go. Boris! Boris! Yay! Look at Boris Johnson.
Oi, let's have it. What's happening, man? Go on, what you telling me? I got day another. Come on. Street blocker up in this bitch. Yo, so what's going on, man? You know what, yeah, this bit's a little bit janky for reception, yeah. So let me small talk it out until we get past this little hill. You know what, actually? I like one. Okay, stop. Yeah. So, who checked the community page? Did any of you guys answer the question on the community page? Huh? Did anyone answer the question on the community page? Yeah, man, it's the title of the show today. Yeah. So is Britain a fascist state? You know what's funny, yeah? You know what's crazy? Yeah? How depends on who's asking the question is the reaction that certain people are gonna give. That's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, man. So, let me know. Is Britain a fascist state? Eh? Eh? Yeah. So, while you're answering that, yeah, let me play a video I played yesterday, but let me play it again, innit? Just so you man can get reminded of who these men support. Let it play.
Who was sexually assaulted by her father and as a result became pregnant. Under your interpretation of 940.04, she would be forced to carry her pregnancy to term, correct?
I would say under the policy choice the legislature made in 940.04 that would be correct.
Okay, so in that case, a child would be forced to deliver a baby. Let me ask you another question. How about a woman who is a college freshman here at the University of Wisconsin-Madison? If she is sexually assaulted and is charged as a third-degree sexual assault, which under the statute, under 940.225 sub 3A, that would be intercourse without consent. Okay. If she became pregnant as a result of the sexual, it would be illegal for her to obtain an abortion, correct?
It would be illegal for a doctor to provide an abortion to her in the state of Wisconsin, correct?
And were she to obtain an abortion after quickening, whatever that means, the penalty under 940.04 would be 15 years. It's a Class E felony, correct?
Are you talking about after quickening under 940.04 sub 2 sub A?
Yes.
I believe that's how it's defined, yes.
Okay.
But it would not be, she would not be subject to that penalty.
I understand. Right. If her is charged under 940.225 sub 3 sub A, which is a third-degree sexual, he would be facing a 10-year maximum imprisonment because that would be a Class G felony. Is that correct?
I'm not sure what the particular penalty associated with that crime is.
Right. You can take my word for it. In that case, the penalty for aborting after a sexual assault would be more severe than the penalty for the sexual assault. And the local elected officials, amici, cite an article from the Journal of the American Medical Association that estimates that 65,000 pregnancies have been caused by rape in the 14 states that outlawed abortion after Dobbs. So the scenario is far from speculative. I want to discuss one more scenario with you, and that concerns the health of the mother. The term pre-prom, do you know what that means? Preterm, premature rupture of membrane. Again, one of the amici, the ACOG amici, brought up the case of Joseli Barnica, who went into premature labor at 17 weeks. That is, her water broke. There was a fetal heartbeat, but her fetus was not yet viable. This happened in Texas. She suffered an infection that killed her because medical providers were unwilling or unable to give her the health care that she needed. And all she could do for 40 hours was pray that someone would help her so she could go home to her young child. And she died. That is a scenario that could easily, and perhaps has easily, played out here in Wisconsin under your interpretation of 940.04, couldn't it?
I'm not sure, Justice Karofsky. I'm not a doctor, and I would say that the interpretation of 940.04 that we're positing is the legislature's judgment as to what the law should be. I would like to circle back, though.
Hold on, I'm not done.
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone else other than pregnant people who are denied medical care under the law. Can you?
I certainly think that, for example, the FDA regulates particular types of medical treatment that are provided to people. I don't think that the notion of the government restricting a medical procedure is new. But I also think that there's a long established history in this state of prohibiting abortion.
Mr. Tomey, and I fear that what you are asking this court to do is to sign the death warrants of women and children and pregnant people in this state. Because under your interpretation, they could all be denied life-saving medical care while the medical professionals who are charged with taking care of them are forced to sit idly by. This is the world gone mad. I don't understand how that is not the crime here. 12-year-old girl who was sexually assaulted by her father.
Answer, you know, these new anti-abortion laws that Trump was to bring in from 1855 or something madness like that, means that, like what happened in a case study that they showed in some of the states where it is illegal, the mother was dying and needed a surgery, couldn't get it. If any of these other tragic circumstances happen, then you'll be forced to carry the child in it. So that's mad. That's crazy, isn't it? Like, that's how you know, yeah, we're in some mad times right now. You know, the man them are gonna vote for the worst. Whatever the worst choice is out of the two, yeah, that's what the man them are gonna vote for today. Yeah, because so if they're able to pass that in that Wisconsin, the place where they was arguing at the point there, then they was giving the examples of terms and conditions which will not allow you to receive an abortion. So like if you get raped, no. If you get molested, no. You know what I'm saying? Even bumper clout incest from your dad, you still can't even get one. That is mad. Yo, that's mad. Like, I'm not saying that, yo, people should just be having dashway belly every 2 seconds, innit? I'm saying that you should be able to have the choice, though, innit? So, like, raw. If that did happen, and they did want to keep it, they can keep it. If they did happen, and they wanted to get rid, then, you know. When was that video? This video is from this week. This video is from this week. It's funny now, ain't it, man? All the Trump supporters are panicking now, ain't it? Oh, mate, is this what we really voted for? Is this what we really was campaigning for? It's too late now. You can't finesse it now, mate. You can't finesse it now. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, yeah? I'm going to put the link to the full video. You can watch the whole argument. Because I was watching it today still. I was going to record something, play it on there still. There we go. 1849 abortion ban. Wisconsin High Court. The video's there. No, it was about abortion. Video is about abortion. To the date of that video. You can't even do that. The video is from 2 days ago. 1849 abortion ban. Wisconsin High Court to hear our oral arguments. Fox News. So the arguments on Monday. So 2 days ago, on Monday. Yeah, on Monday. Yeah, the case was on Monday. That's when it was. 1849 abortion ban. Wisconsin's High Court to hear oral arguments. No, listen, the court, this case is from Monday. Yeah, so all the stuff that you're putting from 2022 is they argued all these different cases. If you watch the whole video, you see what I'm talking about. It's like even man's posting the link, you can click the shit yourself and read the description, and you're still questioning it. Says it there, right in the description. Click it. You can see, I mean, it's right there. You know what I mean? It's like nearly a 2-hour video. So, yeah, but it's like the reasons they're given to say that, right, the people them can't have an abortion or whatever. It's like crazy because I'm just heating up. It's a bit hot. Yeah, they're arguing to see whether this, because it's turned to, is it turned to a red state now or whatever? But they're arguing to see if whether it's going to be banned in their thing of it, and then is this the law that they're going to be using to ban it? The 1849 thing. That's what I've been saying from the first time I played the video. The argument that is one of Trump's pledges of when he comes into power, how he wants to ban abortions and all that sort of stuff there, and how these I've seen the American dons having this 4B argument, my body, my choice, or is that and then the Trump fans are going, your body, my choice. So, man, still, obviously, yeah, there's the other side of the arguments, right, where aborting someone's healthy child for no reason because you fell out with the person or something like that. That's not what people are campaigning for people to have the rights for, isn't it? It's for these other reasons where there's complications, or it's through something, through abuse, or the person, like the lady's gonna die. She was praying to the people for 40 hours. Imagine, how can you be a medical professional that actually knows what to do to think of and just watch someone die because you can't do, because they said you're not allowed to do it or whatever, even though you know that's going to save. The lady's saying, please, my child's at home as well. You hear me? How you mean? Please, my child's at home. I want to go home and see my youth. And now both of them died. The newborn baby, or the baby to be, and then the mum as well. So that's crazy. But hey, you chatting shit, Victoria Feckerston. You just type bullshit as well, innit? Yeah, watch the actual thing and then tell me what it says. Don't just tell me, I said that when you ain't watched it. They laid out all the arguments. They gave all the different reasons. There was one argument, well, unless it's going to save the life or something like that. Yeah. But even all these different conditions that they gave, yeah, was like crazy, cause like, they didn't give it. And then the lady gave the one there where she could have had it to save her life and it still weren't carried out. So, you know what I mean? So go and wash your Kekistons. All right, man. So, shout out to the Jews that support Trump, man. You know, man. I don't know how you're doing it still, but some Nazi flag waving Trump supporters did run up on Anne Frank performance in the United States of America. But listen, hey, wait, hold on. Before I play this video, though, yeah, like I'm nearly home still, man. So I'm not too sure how much longer we got left on the stream. Yeah. All right, but go.
Of the diary of Anne Frank, not because of the disturbing details from her diary, but because of what was happening outside. Nazi flags being held by several people gathered outside of the production. This video shared on social media shows the demonstrators flying the Nazi flag outside the American Legion where the play was being performed.
Several individuals using masks to hide their faces, not only waving Nazi flags, but also reportedly shouting racist slurs. According to several reports, they eventually vacated the premises after the Legion asked them to leave. We have reached out to authorities for more information about this.
We had 75 people downstairs that watched that play. And out of that 75, there was 50 or 60 of them that were afraid to leave this building. We had to escort them to their cars. Nobody in America should feel like that.
Shock and fear at a performance of the diary of Anne Frank, not because of the disturbing details from her diary, but because of what was happening outside. Nazi flags being held by several people gathered outside of the production. This video shared on social media shows the demonstrators flying the Nazi flag outside the American Legion where the play was being performed.
Several individuals using masks to hide their faces, not only waving Nazi.
Yeah, my bad. You know, it recorded it double. You know what I'm saying? That was twice. Still, so, you know. But things are unread. Yeah, man. So that Roy Casagrande gave a good little insight earlier. Still, more times a lot of people are gonna vote for the worst option possible. And you don't know how comes people always vote for the worst option possible? I don't know why. I just get finessed with this side bits and pieces and just get drawn out from reality. That's why facts matter, innit? Facts matter because these men are just finessing it. Yeah. And it's always the people underneath these dons that are gonna feel the fucking agony. You hear me? Yeah, it's your road and my road that's gonna feel the pain of these man just lying to all these different people, telling them it's gonna be better if you do this and it's gonna be bad if you don't do that. And half of the time what they're saying is literally the opposite. Because I don't know who, when, what, where and why. Anyone before this Brexit thing was saying, well, it's going to take 20, 30 years before we start seeing the fruits of Brexit. Yeah, no. When it was advertised, it was milk and honey, de numero uno. You get me? Dias uno. How you mean? Uno dias. Yeah, day one. Homie. Huh? From day blood clot one. About. But no. Still can't see it now. I don't know if there is going to ever be any benefits from Brexit. And definitely, once there is any sort of upturn, these spazzes are going to go, see, look, there's a benefit. After like 10, 15, 20, 30 years of pain. Man's going to go, oh, look, now there's a benefit. See, this means Brexit was worth it. You hear me? Like, what the fuck? 30 years, that's a mortgage. You know what I'm saying? Like, 30 years, your youth's gone through school, college, uni, started job, might have even had a youth, Got married and shit. Well on his way with his little family by then. What? 30 years? Give us our country, bro. This ain't your country, you idiot, bro. Go back to your own country, bro. If you keep trying to bawl about who needs to get out of the country, you want all these foreigners out. You're a foreigner yourself. You go back to your country then. How about we want our country back? What are you talking about, you idiot? You alright, cuz? Why don't you do what them men are telling you? Give them back their country then, man. Yeah. How about we want our... Is this guy alright? Yo. You mad? Yo. These times you're a drain on the state. How you mean? You're a drain on the state, cuz? Yeah. Remember, India's economy is bigger than the UK now, isn't it, man? So... you don't need to claim benefits in the UK again, cuz you can go back to India and claim benefits, bro. If you like. You recognise that it's too full, yeah? And there's too many people here, yeah? You volunteer to leave then, innit? Be one of the foreigners that can move out. About we want our country, bro. What's wrong with this guy? Deport me. You're an idiot. Deport yourself, bro. You're the one talking about we want our country back and all them sort of talks there. Deport yourself, cuz, man. That's mad. Don't even make sense, man. It don't even make sense, cuz. You know what I mean? It's like cows voting for McDonald's. Why would you vote for McDonald's? Because they're going to slap you into burgers. So what? What are you hearing when people say they want their country back or we want our country back? No, serious. What do you hear? What are you hearing? What does that mean? What does that mean to you? I'm like, raw. Although I don't feel like man directly talking to directly me, it's like this rhetoric, if just left unchallenged, could end up challenging the others as well. Yeah, and I will be included in the others. So there's no way I'm championing that class. I don't give a fuck whose feelings it hurts or whatever. But obviously, people that are fucking up and doing rah. If you get deported for committing crimes and whatever, that's part of the law, right? All that, cuz. But just saying to dash people out because the country's not doing what they think the country could be doing. Even though the country's still doing well, it just could be doing better, innit? What's mad as well, yeah? These men that say we want our country back. Enough of these men are the ones that voted for the leaving the EU. That added to the decline. But this is a Uno reverse, cuz. It's crazy, cuz. Ha ha. Yo. You got a man that's fucking allegedly using the state, that's a foreigner, saying that these foreigners are using up the spot. I'm confused, man. Confused, man. I mean, we are the smallest country in the world. Get the fuck out of it, man. You're stupid. Jamaica can fit in England. I think the population of flipping London or the southeast might be bigger than the population of the whole of Jamaica, man. What are you talking about? Talking about We are the smallest country in the world. I actually don't even believe that you're even a real person. I don't think that you've ever made a logical argument one time. Only that's slow with the same sim. Unless it's Chris Carter. What's my side argument? So no, you man are running now. That's when I know that the man them are running, yeah. When the man them start making arguments that's nothing to do with the point that's being made. Ah man. Your 10 toes on the floor and sprint, fam. Oh man. The one that bothers me is the classroom's too big. Yeah, man. So that's why they're gonna have to start taxing the private schools, right? Because obviously a lot of the children that end up coming out of there, yeah, get to take advantage of the nice lives of the UK, right? So the state schools are falling apart, crumbling, need more teachers. Like you just said there, classrooms are too big. So if they were actually able to afford to get more teachers in and build some new schools or whatever, I don't care about that, though, innit? Man don't care about all that. Schools are already overcrowded. So should we take away more funding from the schools, yeah? Fund the schools less, even though they're already overcrowded. That's what we should do, yeah? Smart. That's well smart. Well smart. Do you think here that anyone that sends their children to school just wants, like, the majority of people that send their children to school, yeah, because they probably just only have to find one person in it, yeah, but majority of people that send their children to school obviously want their children to do the best and want the best for their child, right? So if it is a state school that needs some extra funding or whatever in an area that you haven't chosen to move to or whatnot, but you have to just go to this school, you still want it to have some decent facilities and fucking teachers and blah blah blah, so you can learn, maybe elevate yourself to the next level from when you leave school and shit. But it will be the stepping stones or the foundation stones of you being able to move up or move onwards. So why don't the people in the areas that might be needed more government funding or assistance or whatever, why can't man them in them areas have good schools also? Hey man, if you playing these stereotyping games and finger pointing games, you can point the finger and then 10 people are gonna point back a finger back at you. So forget about that, Cosby. Trying to see. Alright, they should be trying to deal with something that's gonna be better for the majority of people. Because, like I keep saying, I'm gonna keep repeating it all the way into election. Yeah. If Keir Starmer improves life for the majority of people in the country, meaning that if by the end of Keir Starmer's term, the average person has a bit more money to spend, there's more housing on the roadside, there's been no recession, and some of the government debt has come down, or some of the black hole spending has been plugged up or whatever, then right, you probably get a next term. What the hell is the Conservatives offering? Alright, what is the Conservatives offering? Or what is the Reform Party offering that is going to make working class people's lives better than it is now? Like, what are they offering? I'd be like, 2 chicken wings with the fried rice. I'd be like, 2 chicken wings with the fried rice. You hear me? God, tell me, man. Tell me, what is it that the Conservatives are offering? Or what is it that the Reform's offering? Or what is it that any other party's offering? That you could vote for them to make things better for the average working person. Obviously, the working class people make up the majority of the country, right? This is a meltdown. This is weird. What is a meltdown? Alright, cool. This is what I'm trying to say, cuz, man. Maybe we've outgrown a lot of you people, man. Man, ain't really got. Man, ain't even got like, yo, I just asked the man why they're gonna vote for the thing. Yeah, they're saying, but you're having a meltdown. Okay, bro. Yeah. Good answer. Thanks, bro. Yeah. Cheers. Overly complicated and they don't care. There needs to be more realistic policies. And people don't live in the real world. Yeah, but these men vote for Nigel Farage and Richard Tice like they're actually some real working class dons. Like when 30p Lee was in Conservatives, his expenses claim was high. You get me? How you mean? He was like 2 chicken wings with the fried rice. No one's having a meltdown. I can't really yourself. Okay, alright, man. Yeah, this is serious meltdown, man. Yeah, I sound like I'm going crazy, cuz. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm having so much of a meltdown here that accepting the truth is the only way to move forward. Yeah. Okay, mate. Yes. Like I told you, man, before, yeah, any of the normal, logical thinking people in the chat, this is what these men used to try to do in discussions before, right? Was that when you start to slap them up with arguments that they can't make an argument against, or a strong argument against, or any sort of points, if you start asking for any sort of facts, just anything that you need, yeah, that is going to actually make an argument, a fucking argument. Yeah. Anytime you ask these men for any of that stuff there, man, they're just going to start shaking, rattling and rolling, cuts. And shake, rattle, roll. Shake, yeah, me. Oh, man. Shake, rattle, roll. Yeah, man. Mad. Oh, man. Man. Sad. Damn, it's fucking late, cuz. Let's go on my dinner, man. So I can flick down to the Jamisha, you know what I'm saying? How you mean? Alright, you know what? Yeah, I can't even front still, man. These shoot shows are much better still. I can't. Yeah. Yo. Yeah, man. So I psych up, man. You get me? Yeah. Keep crying, fam. Mad. Yo. Trying to say, in my personal opinion, the left people hold their people to account more than these right people, bro. These right people are weirdos, cuz, man. You know? And straight conspiracy nuts, cuz, like. Man believe everything that the man them told them. No double checking or no so and so. Yeah. And then differently what it is, yeah, is that if you bring something that's an actual study to you, man, a man will just say, well, I just don't believe it. Yeah. Like literally what the guy was saying, that Roy Casagrande, he was saying, yo, so he put out a study, or he put out something on Facebook saying that 90% of middle class families get married and only 50% of working class families get married. So he's put that out there, yeah? The person said they don't believe it, yeah? So he said, have you looked at the study? He said, yeah, I've looked at the study, but I just don't believe it. So how can you argue against that? This literally the times that we're in right now. And what it is, yeah, a man that's saying that to you is going to act like what they're saying to you is some factual shit. Not any of the hard work that went into the study that shows these numbers correlate with this, that, rah, rah, rah. A man just saying, well, I don't believe it. I just don't believe the study. Yeah, that's enough to say, well, there must be something wrong. Or whatever. It's like, what the cup? What I keep trying to say, cuz, the level of, the different levels that we had to provide evidence for what we say is true and what we say is false. It's on a different level, cuz. Man just have to, all they man have to do is just say, well, I don't believe the study, yeah? Man them have to provide an actual study, a paper that says all this, that, and the other correlates with the stuff that you've been feeling, or you've been saying, or you've been talking about in this scenario here, or whatever. And man just say, well, nah, I just don't believe ya. I move, man. Fuck out of here, cuz. So, right. Well, Nigel Farage said, I was just asking questions. Alright, cuz. Most of these men are pagans. That's what you're talking about. And I was telling you, man, that Keir Starmer was a pagan, yeah? You was trying to tell me about, yeah, you just love Jeremy Corbyn, though. You just love Jeremy Corbyn, though. Yeah? Now you're trying to tell me about Keir Starmer's a pagan. I'm like, just shut the fuck up, cuz, man. I told you that ages ago, fam. You mean? When you're saying Keir Starmer's a pagan, yeah? I'm down the road, yeah, with Mrs. Belly talking about, I be like, 2 chicken rings with the fried rice. You hear me? Yeah? How you mean? He didn't believe the Chris Carver incident has been proven. That's been proven by the policemen are wrong. Didn't say nothing about the Chris Carver incident. I said there was a different way that he could have been arrested without being killed. See? And also, yeah, you don't lie and chat shit. That's why I'm like, I lost respect for a lot of people that we speak to online. Because you chat so much shit and you're straight liars. Just lie out of your face. Chat so much shit, it's unbelievable. Cause the fuck? I've got no respect for none of you guys, man. Well, hardly any of you. I've got respect for some people in the chat still. But a lot of you, but I ain't got shit. You mad? Man, chat shit, cuz. And lie. Mad. Crazy, cuz. Fuck off, bro. Bad. Yeah. I chat straight. Ape doo-doo. Go ape doo-doo. How you mean? Man, I used to have respect for a couple man, you know. Even if man don't agree with the points in it, yeah, I forgot. Man are honest when they're trying to get their feet. But I realize that, man, half of you, man, are dishonest little rats, cuz, and chat straight doo-doo. When the facts are laid out in your face, you'll do anything you can to ignore what the actual facts say and dance around and do some tap dancing. The same thing that you used to say that the religious dons used to do when we bring the stuff about the religion. See, man will do the exact same shit, bro. Huh? That's why you know all these different dances and all that, cuz you do them yourself. How you mean? Yeah, man. Different, like you say, man. The real people know who's the real ones. If you're not a pagan, yeah, and you never had no bad mindset, and you've always just come with, like, you're trying to relay information or find out information, or what you're doing, you're busting your little jokes or whatever in it, yeah. If you're doing what you're doing as what you're trying to do, not as a pussy. Come on, man. Of course, bro. You had ratings all day. Yeah, man. All right, so I'm just about to pull up now, man. And I got down my brethren back in still. Waiting to go training and that still, so. I have to deal with the sun. How you mean? These times here, yeah, before with old shows, I would have told the man, yeah, I'm gonna dial you back in. Not dial the man them back in, you know. Chilled out, chatting shit with fucking weirdos online. Are you alright? Brother. Yo. I got sucked in cuz like an idiot. Bad. Yeah, man. So leg of that. Huh? Alright, say less though, man. Back tomorrow, innit? Yeah, big up yourselves, man. Yeah, especially if you're one of the realists in the chat. Let it play.